Craving for nutrition. Definitive guide to unchain addiction the smarter and healthy way. There are a lot of different types of addictions currently, and a clear understanding of the addiction that is being dealt with is very important, as it will have some bearing on the types of remedies the nutrition guide can provide. Get all the info you need here. Chapter 1. Types of addictions and risk if not treated early. The following are some of the areas that can be covered through the addiction phase and the corresponding help proper nutrition can provide. The basics. Food addictions. Lots of individuals struggle with this type of addiction, and it is usually directed at the draw to sweetened and overly salted food types. Both these groups are bad for health, and if there is the added factor of fatty foods thrown into the combination, then the effects can be detrimental indeed. Most of this type of addiction has been found to be linked to the psychological disposition of the individual. Therefore, treating this aspect in the overall exercise to overcome the addiction is very important to the eventual desired success. Intravenous amino acids addictions. Here the detoxification method used includes amino acid therapy, where the physical workout, infrared sauna, acupuncture and massage are all complementing elements to the specific nutritional plan laid out to combat this addiction. The use of herbs and natural nutritious foods will eventually help to restore the chemical imbalance in the body system which is causing the individual's health to deteriorate due to the substance abuse. A careful selection of nutrition supplements, vitamins and herbs can help in the addiction-kicking exercise. Besides slowly restoring the balance within the body system, these inclusions in the daily diet plan can also help to eliminate simple starches and sugars from the system. Good nutrition can also help the addict and heal the damage done to the body due to the substance abuse. Chapter 2. Relationship between nutrition and addiction. When it comes to addictions, the most common way of treating such conditions is rather aggressive and with other chemically approved substances. However, taking a new approach and trying to treat the addiction with a nutritionally based formula might be a beneficial option worth the effort. Relationship. Most addictions cause the individual to have poor health due to the abuse the body goes through because of the addiction to the specific negative elements. Therefore, taking the first step towards improving the health conditions of the patient would be something to consider. This is more likely to make a positive impact on the individual undergoing the nutritional treatment, as the general health conditions can certainly be seen to improve dramatically. Improved health conditions will then give the addict the energy and zest to keep up with the rehabilitation program, thus allowing a comfortable time frame for the desired results to be achieved. The biochemistry in the brain of an addict has been altered drastically through the abuse of such negative substances, and the recovery time the brain needs will be further shortened if there is a good nutritional plan in place to speed this along effectively. Other areas that would need attention would in the high levels of trans fatty acids found in a lot of foods consumed, thus the need for a healthy, balanced meal program that is nutritionally adequate to combat the preceding negative condition. Combining this nutritionally balanced diet plan with a proper exercise regimen, the brain conditions will be able to be more receptive to other changes that are being attempted towards the recovery state of the individual. There has been a lot of proven scientific research that supports the positive effects good nutrition can have in treating certain addictions. The success rates are based on the individual's focus on the nutritional value of the whole exercise. Chapter 3. Choosing the right nutrition for different types of addiction. Almost all addictions in some ways cause gradual and progressive damage to the various parts of the human body. These may include damage to the brain, organs, hormones, immune and nervous systems, but the good news is that by treating these with good nutrition can eventually bring the addict back to a healthy body and mind condition. Alcohol, drugs and junk foods are the most common addictions that most people struggle to kick. This affects the complexity of the body system in a negative way and usually causes the sufferer to fall further away from any chance of recovery. Therefore, treating the deteriorating body condition with a healthy and nutritional diet plan would be one way of bringing the individual back to some semblance of good health. Choosing Alcohol is a major addiction problem that causes the nutritional deficiency in the addict. The liver detoxifies harmful substances and the pancreas regulated the blood sugar and absorption of fats into the system, and when there is alcohol abuse, these body parts and their contributing mechanisms are severely compromised. Counteracting this with a good dose of vitamin B6, thiamine and folic acid could help to improve the deteriorating situation. Addiction of opiates, which would include codeine, heroin and morphine, generally affects the gastrointestinal system, and this very commonly results in severe constipation. When treating this addiction, it is probable that there will be a loss of nutrients, which is evident in the electrolyte imbalances. Therefore, creating and following a well-balanced meal plan which would include high-fiber ingredients such as whole grains, vegetables, peas and beans would be recommended to restore the balance. Liver disease, which is also caused by addiction to certain negative substances, will also cause the health problems, but including the appropriate doses of vitamin A and E into the diet plan would help tremendously. Chapter 4: Detoxification for Addicts. The introduction of negative substances into the body's system will definitely cause a lot of damage, in the long run, both to the mental and physical state. However, all is not lost, as there are many possibilities available to try and treat this negative condition once the individual is willing to acknowledge and work towards a positive turnaround. Detox. Detoxification for addiction is just one of the more popular recourses used of late. Incorporating nutritional elements into the detoxification exercise will help the addict build up a healthy body condition, which will help to further strengthen the resolve to beat the negative addiction. When the individual is in better health, the chances of being able to have the necessary positive mindset and positive body conditions will be evident, thus effectively creating less stress on the individual at a time when all seems against him or her. The immune status and general health can be improved greatly through the use of a proper nutritional diet plan. Some scientific research conducted have been able to show conclusively that the inclusion of a well-balanced and nutritional diet plan can be pivotal in the recovery period of the addict. The inclusion of nutrients such as minerals, vitamins B6, magnesium, folate and vitamin E have all shown to dramatically and positively impact the detoxification exercise. This significant change for the better is very encouraging to those intending to attempt the detoxification program, especially if it is for the first time. This natural use of nutrients to launch the detoxification exercise will help the individual come out of the experience in better health both mentally and physically. However, it should be noted that all detoxification exercises should be done with the appropriate amount of knowledge on the use of the various natural remedies and with some supervision. Chapter 5: Juicing your addiction away. Seeking alternatives that are less stressful and painful are usually the more popular choices made when it comes to trying to beat an addiction. These addictions may not necessarily only be linked to the society's shunning kind, and generally cover almost anything and everything, and is commonly recognized in the individual's inability to turn away from something comfortably. Juicing. Juicing has been documented as being a very helpful way of beating an addiction. Most practitioners believe that blended and juiced ingredients can contribute to the first steps towards healing both the body and mind, as it provides the body with the ideal conditions for energized output. Juicing is a very quick and easy way to put the balance back into the cells in the body system, so that the process of rejuvenation can take place effectively and according to the needs of the individual. Juicing has been documented to address issues such as elevating energy levels to the requirements of the individual, changing the molecular conditions by providing the essential chemical balance needed, keeping the mental faculties healthy and not focused on the need to have instant relief for anything, and many other positive contributions. When it comes to cleaning the molecular conditions to ensure optimum productivity, the use of juicing for green drinks, concoctions is most beneficial. The wealth of antioxidants, saponins, polyphenols, proanthocyanidins, bioflavonoid and may other positive elements all be found in the juices that are designed to provide such nourishments. All these elements are needed by the body system to enhance the cleansing, healing and rejuvenation of the various parts that contribute to the overall ideal health conditions of the individual indulging in the juicing exercise. To kick the addiction habit, the addict will need all the outside help for the body to be able to cope with the sudden deprivation of the negative substances used throughout the addiction phase. Chapter 6: Vitamins for Addicts. In the quest to regain the ideal health conditions enjoyed before the onset of the addiction, the individual would be well advised to seek recommendations on a good vitamin regimen that will promote and rejuvenate the body systems so that optimal health is evident. Through the course on the addiction indulgence, it is very likely that the body has sustained significant damage, and getting it back to its optimum state will require all the outside help it can get. This uphill battle can be assisted and eased somewhat with the inclusion of proper vitamins designed to focus on specific areas that need immediate attention. Great info! There are several different supplements that can be used to aid in the process to bring the addict's health back to its optimum, and these may include taking vitamins with zinc and vitamin C content. Antioxidants that have the ability to neutralize free radical would come from sources such as beta-carotene, vitamin C and E, zinc and selenium. There is also the advantage of taking vitamin B and particularly vitamin B1. Supplements with calcium and magnesium are also recommended, while the use of B-complex, chromium and vitamin C are also becoming popular nutritional therapy ingredients. Vitamins such vitamin B-complex 50, pantothenic acid niacin, calcium, magnesium, amino acid mix, L-glutamine, L-tyrosine are all good elements to include when designing a nutritional plan to combat the drug addiction condition in an effective and natural way. Using essential fatty acids which would come from the flaxseed can also be helpful in the treatment of drug addiction. Other vitamins that could be useful in fighting addiction would be niacin and calcium, which are needed and instrumental in maintaining proper brain functions. The energy source provided by the L-phenylalanine is also another important nutritional ingredient that is needed for optimum brain functions. Chapter 7: Addiction Treatment with Massage Therapy. In the quest to overcome any sort of addiction, there is a need to explore as many options as possible and then identify the ones most useful and beneficial in managing to produce the desired results. Massage therapy is something that has found a place in the struggle towards beating the addiction, as it is able to provide the mental and physical therapeutic experience that is both calming and effective. Massage. Addiction or substance abuse usually causes major health problems for those in this predicament and also for those linked to the addict. Incorporating massage into the program will allow the addict to have some level of relief at all the various stages of the withdrawal phase, and this would include the quitting stage, the withdrawal stage, the detoxification stage, and the eventual abstinence stage. The physical, emotional and spiritual phase of the recovery period can directly benefit from the therapeutic touch that is a product of the massage sessions. As the skin is the largest sensory organ of the human body, attention given to the aspect, especially if the attention is of the positive kind, the ensuing results will definitely be positive. Massage therapy is ideally designed to address and benefit in areas that might not be as effectively or as quickly affected through the other treatment methods. With the use of massage, the addiction treatment will allow for the release of the neurotransmitter dopamine, which is actually the chemical messenger responsible for making the body and mind be encompassed with the feel-good aura. This is definitely a good frame of body and mind to be in, especially when the usual withdrawal phase can be painful and rather challenging to face. This then helps to keep the individual focused on gaining back the original mental and physical idealness evident before the onset of the addiction. Wrapping up, the natural approach to anything is fast gaining popularity today, with the more discerning individual opting to follow this natural path is often less daunting and certainly less likely to have severe side effects when compared to the possible side effects often caused by the more conventional chemically based approach. The natural approach would usually include a well-balanced and healthy diet plan, which would ideally be nutritionally based, and also the use of herbs and oils to treat various ailments and addictions. Including ingredients such as fresh vegetables and fruits into the diet plan would be a good place to start. The nutritional benefits derived from these sources would help the addict build back the strength and optimum health position once enjoyed before the lapse into the said addiction.